of my people in red clothes. Styling my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that.
Wanna party with me?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our Saturday morning edition of the Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. We're broadcasting once again in the DFW. That's Dallas Fort Worth, just everybody want to know what that means. We're very honored, very excited to have my guest on here for the second time. Jennifer, thank you for taking time out of your productive schedule to come on with me this morning on the Saturday morning edition. I know we did an interview last time. I know we running it back again. So what's been going on with you? Give some updates on the last time you was on the podcast.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate it. It was a wonderful experience last time, and I'm truly blessed that you had me back this time. So thank you for that. Well, since I was here last time, let's just put it that way, I had another major surgery. So I had a total shoulder replacement. So this past year has been pretty crazy as far as getting back up on my feet and working through that process and getting back on stage. So that's what sums up this past year. I've just been kind of laying low a little bit, helping clients, helping myself through the process of just growing again and getting healthy.
And and that's what it's all about. We know this is already, we are in the second month of 2024, of course. We know this is February. So we know that, exciting things are ahead. I know a lot of people want to accomplish a lot of things for the month of February. They started playing at a high level in the month of January, now transition on to the month of February. Keeping that momentum going, keeping that float going, maintaining being more equipped, more established, and not to waste time, not to procrastinate. And I know that you are one with expertise, the work that you do, of course, in your home, in your home state, of course, and just giving back. I know your mission is to present the three main pillars that is part of your organization as well. Can you elaborate on those three main pillars that you really want to help people succeed in?
Absolutely. So the three main pillars of success for the business that I founded, Make Every Movement Count. First, it is mindset, because you've got to be in the right mindset day in and day out in order to be committed, determined, and dedicated to whatever it is that you are putting your mind to. The other pillar is nutrition, because if you don't have the right nutrition plan in place and you're not able to eat appropriately for your body type and just eat appropriately in general, then your success when it comes to nutrition and movement won't be as grand as you would like it to be. And then the next pillar that we have in place is movement, of course. So getting out there and moving. The motto that we have is take one more step today than you did yesterday. Because if you just think about that and you just think about that one step in trying to progress each and every day, that is more doable and more sustainable throughout a lifetime, throughout a lifestyle, and trying to incorporate movement as your life. So those are the three main pillars that we really, really hone in on and that are so crucial, no matter if it's in the fitness industry, if it's in your work life, if it's in your family life. If you can just incorporate any of those things, it's just going to wholly make you feel better, do better, and want to do better each and every day.
Most definitely. I agree with you 1,000%. And like I said, since I met you via social media, your message has always been the same. You never veered from it. You never compromise with it. It's always the same thing. Maintaining that consistency, which is very, very important. And the way you mention these things, like the three main pillars, These are things that it should not be a one and done in our life. This is something
Absolutely.
that we should constantly, maintain, reminder, each and every moment. Because I know at times if we're not careful, um, the places kick in, laziness will kick in,
Yes.
procrastination, all that stuff kick in if we're not careful. Because when we get to that level of success, we forget that we still have to maintain that success.
Right.
It's just like getting that body that we want.
Hmm.
Find when we get that body that we want, and you in that field, we have to maintain it in
Right.
order to keep it. If
Right.
not, we're just gonna lose it.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. And adding to what you were saying, it's not just about that. It's life gets in the way, or life, it just happens, right? So you're
Right.
going through life. You're having kids, you're not having kids, whatever it is that you're doing, you're being successful at work and you're doing all of these things, and life just takes it away. Like, for instance, myself, I not only have myself, I raised three boys. My mom has been very ill, and so I care for her. She's had strokes, she's had open heart surgery. My dad passed away of cancer. Like, all of these things just kind of came about and came upon me, but I always had to put myself first, because if I didn't, even with my own health adversities, right? Because if I didn't, and I let the life and the world take me in, and I didn't put myself as number one, to be healthy, to eat healthy, to get movement in each and every day, then I couldn't be productive for those that are counting on me every single day. I couldn't be there for my children the way they need me to be. Couldn't be there for my mom the way that she needs me to be. Because if I'm not healthy and productive, then think about how that ripple effect happens, and who knows what could happen in those other instances. So it was very, very important to me. And this is what I really convey to my clients too. And this is where mindset, the whole perimeter of that pillar of success comes into play, is making sure that you're putting yourself first. And it's not in a selfish way. It's not thinking selfishly. It's not like me, 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 me. It is a true care and true love for yourself, so you can love. It's a backronym that I came up with, but love others. And that is so important to do. And that is truly a message that I do convey to just about everybody that I come into, whether they're a client or not, because that is going to help you throughout any part of your life, not just in the fitness industry.
Right. Well, most definitely in every area when it
Yeah.
comes, and we all know we need it's some work that we know we need to improve on. We know it for ourselves. Nobody don't have to point it out, but we know. Okay, I need to tighten up in this area. And we had a conversation on another platform this past week, and I use this analogy just like being an athlete in sports teams. Every time they have a game, and after the game, win or lose, they always go back into the film room and they always watch over what they did wrong, what they did right,
Yeah.
and they focus on the things that they did wrong, and they go back to critique what they did wrong. So when it comes again, they won't go into that same direction. And it's all about having a mental game room, something that we never thought about, something we never was taught, that going over, okay, I could do this better. I could have done this better. I can handle this situation a whole lot better, especially when it comes to our interaction with other individuals.
Mhm.
How we conducted ourselves with that conversation. How we react? Do we overreact? Do we underreact? There's things that we have to rehearse on a regular basis, because we can say things, do things, and then later down the road, like, oh shoot, why I say that for, or why I done that for, or why I post that for, or why I sent that out for, and just going over those things, because we all are work in progress.
Absolutely. And you just hit the last word you said was progress. And that is exactly what everything you just said sums up. It's about progression. And if we're not looking to take each and every day as a learning tool, as a moment to be better and to progress in whatever aspect in life that we're searching to reach our goals and to exceed and meet, and whatever sort of goals you have, whether they be short term or long term, we need to have those in place in order to really keep moving forward. And that is basically progression. So as long as we are keeping in mind that those are the things that we want to do, and we are looking to be better, and we're trying to search out ways to be better in our personal life, in our business life, whatever it may be, that is progression. That's absolutely what you do. Look back and, okay, how did this go? What could we do differently? And one of the biggest things that I really have taught my children, what is to be proactive instead of reactive. Because I think if we can think about being in the mindset of being proactive, thinking ahead, thinking of scenarios, thinking of what we can do to make these other things not trickle down and be so big, and then we have to fight through being reactive and then saying things we don't want to say, or reacting physically in a way that maybe we shouldn't, and we would be having consequences on later on in life. So I think if we could just think more proactively instead of reactively, I think is so important. So yeah, I love what you said about progression, because it's absolutely true. It's so important.
Yeah, it is, Jen, because I tell anybody, and I heard this man say this a long time ago. It was a conversation with him and his son. He told his son, I'm not a grown man, I'm a growing man. In other words, I'm constantly growing, I'm constantly evolving. I
Yeah.
may be an adult at age, but I know that it's more to my age than just my age. And I'm constantly evolving, I'm constantly
Yeah.
learning new things and looking at a new avenue in life. So I love that analogy that when you say I'm grown, it's like you don't want to learn anything. But when you say I'm
Hmm.
a growing man or one man, I'm constantly learning and evolving and exploring and keeping open minded. And that what makes life interesting. Jen, having an interesting life, a life that we could be proud of. And you
Yeah.
mentioned something earlier about loving self. It's not wrong with loving self. Breaking the algorithm. When you hear love self, people think, oh, you're being selfish, you're being a narcissist. Um, but all through life, we always put other people for us. We'll give our last to everybody else, but then come at the end of the day, when the tables turn, what are those same individuals that we poured into?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now that's where the frustration comes in at. That's where the bitterness come in at. That's where this resentment come in at. Because it was never
Exactly.
told it's okay to love yourself. It's okay
Right.
to know your net worth. It's okay to work on yourself. It's
Yeah.
okay for you to be healthy. It's okay for you to go to the gym. You don't have to go to the gym just to please somebody. You have guys would tell other guys, if you want that woman, go work out. Okay, now you're doing it for the wrong reason. You should go to
Right.
the gym just to be healthy. That's what you should be going for.
Hmm.
But if you're just going to get a particular individual's attention, and let's say you may not get her attention,
Right.
you're just gonna start working out.
Yeah.
But that's the mindset we did, because we do things for other people instead of doing things for ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. And resentment, like you were saying, is one of the most damaging mindful things that you can do. It's very damaging to oneself if you have and are carrying resentment. So it's just learning to apply yourself each and every day and be the best version of yourself each and every day, no matter what you need to do. And I have had to learn how to modify not only through all my health adversities and all of these obstacles. We all have life things.
Yeah,
We
we do.
no
We
one
do.
ever has a perfect life or the ideal life. We all are having things we are going through, especially these day and times. Um, And mine happen to be health adversities. And I've had to literally pick myself up off of the ground after these major surgeries and start all over again. And so, in that process, I have really learned how to um, zone in on the mind, zone in on what can I do to be better? What
That's
can
it.
I do to get moving? What can I do so I can function? And that typically includes modification. And it's okay if you have to modify what you have done previously, whether that be physical modifications in lifting or in your movement around the home or, getting out of bed, for goodness sake. I mean, it can be in different variations, or it can be modifying the way that you've thought all of these years and not just settling into being, this is who I am. And if you are complacent in this is who I am, deal with it sort of mentality, you are losing out on so many beautiful things in life that you can and should be embracing, instead of thinking it as a weakness or as a negative deterrent or woe's me, or I just need to lay in bed, or whatever the case may be. It's what can I do to be the best version of myself every single day, and strive for that, and just take the little things as positive things and as building blocks to your life.
And it's, you know what, Jim, when you was talking, and this came to mind too, was be married to yourself first.
Yeah.
Be in a relationship with yourself first.
Yeah.
When you was talking, that just really came to mind. So that go for all of us. Be married to yourself first. Be in a relationship with yourself first. And
Yeah.
I'm an advocate for that, Jen. I really am. I'm always believing on being a better version of self. I'm always big on mindset, knowing who you are, learning who you are,
Yeah.
perfecting things in your life that you know they need to be perfected in. Tighten up in some areas where you need to learn how, when it comes to your finances. If you know you're lacking in finances, you need to type in those financial areas.
Yeah.
Strategize. Get with someone who's an expert in finances. Know what the things that you're spending the most money on that you need to cut back on. Learn how to be disciplined in everything in life. It's
Yeah.
all about, I'm just using finance for an example, but in all area of life, it's really required being disciplined. And it's not like a one and done thing. It's not like, well,
Right.
I got it today, I'm good. No, we have to go right back to it, because think about it. We develop bad habits, and we got bad information over the years. It just didn't start overnight. It's stuff
Right.
that been piling on for years and years and years. And now we have to pull back those pillars. We have to pull back those layers now
Yeah.
to remove all that toxic waste and them toxic habits or things we were exposed to, or traumas and things like that. So we have to rid those things in order for us to have a new outcome on life, if that makes
Yeah.
sense of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it's like what the scripture says, you can't put old wine into new wineskin, can reverse. Because I can look good on the outside, but I still have that old mindset. I still have that old nature that's still living on the inside.
Right.
So when it comes to your clients, what are the necessary steps they need to take? The baby steps. The people think they got to take these big giant leaps, and then when they take these big giant leaps and everything go their way, they get discouraged. So how do you help people develop the little small baby steps? Quick, think about it. When we're babies, we learn how to do the little baby steps. We crawl before we walk. We didn't walk and then crawl. We crawl before we walk.
Yeah. The first thing that I talk to my clients about is honesty and commitment. Just making sure that whatever you are putting your mind to do, especially when it comes to coaching and us training our clients, it's like, first, I am committing to you, so I'm asking you to commit to me. And this is a commitment. This is a lifestyle change. We are looking to help you grow personally in your mind, in your nutrition, and in your movement. So if you are willing to make that commitment to yourself and to us, then we are going to take you step by step and help you through the process. Because believe it or not, there is a lot of roadblocks in their mind of certain things because everybody has gone
Right.
through their path in life, right? And so I have to navigate, and our team has to navigate and help them through this process of what has been your roadblocks when it comes to movement, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to life in general. Because I'm not here necessarily just to help you get up and get going in a gym or get going at your home gym, and get those movements going. First of all, we need to see and we need to connect on what it is that has made you who you are up to this point. And now what can
Mm.
we do together to pave this new road for yourself to make you want to do these things from this point forward? Who are you as a person from this point forward? And we are going to walk you through, and again, take one more step today than you did yesterday, sort of mentality of we're taking each step, we're goal setting, we're committing, we're dedicating time and effort. And we don't want it to be all for nothing. We want this to be your new journey, your new lifestyle. And we're going to work on this together in order to make you want to do these things, not make you, help you want to do these things and help you and guide you through this process of a new life. And so really it's,
Eh,
like I said, goal setting and committing and your dedication, because it takes dedication every day to want to get up,
and, uh,
get out, whether it be work, home, whatever, taking care of kids, going to the gym, all of that. So collectively, it's about helping them through each and every process so we can actually just get them into the gym or get them at home working out and getting movement in. So yeah, it's a definite process, but it starts with those things.
That's it. So it's like I said, just that you talking, I'm visualizing we going into the laboratory. We going to the lab. We're not going into the advanced. A lot of people, I want to do these things. I want to start hitting the gym, hitting these weights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm getting what I envision. Okay, now we're going into the laboratory.
Mhm.
We gonna have to critique some things. We have to rewire some things. What limitations have you placed upon yourself? What limitations have you allowed other people to put on you? The things we were exposed to at an early age. 'Cause a lot of stuff people were exposed to a lot of things as children, or what things they made you lie. You go to the direction you're in today, but going back to the laboratory and knowing where you are, where you at, it's like with the AA means, for those go Alcohol Anonymous means. What the first thing they admit you do? Admit that you have a problem. And so I look at it, Gene, is having, I guess, in the natural mind, is the uncomfortable
Yeah.
conversations.
Mhm.
It's that being fully exposed, fully naked conversation where, okay, I don't want to be judged. I'm already judging myself, but I don't want this individual to judge me because we already judge ourselves
Right.
already, and then we feel like other individual judges also, and letting someone know it's okay. Want them to be very comfortable in the circle. It's like what they say, confidentiality, which is supposed to be confidentiality,
Mhm.
but making them feel comfortable where they could be more relaxed, more at ease, where they don't have to walk around with guilt. 'Cause we know we got people today, men, women, whether you want to call it, have them or walk around with guilt and shame of what they're dealing with, what they're going through. Don't know who to talk to, don't know where to turn because of they allow of the image, the illusion of guilt and shame.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I talk to my clients about first and foremost is I'm here to meet you where you are. You're not going to be meeting me where I am. It's not about me. It's about us meeting you where you are at, Let's have the conversation. I don't even get them close to gym, close to weights, close to anything, because it is the process. It's the process of growth. And I can't just
That's
be
it.
like, oh, all right, let's go hit the gym. And they're just like, what? You don't even know who I am. You don't even know what I'm doing. How long is that
Mm,
relationship going to last? Right. I know nothing about them. So it's walking through a process of having conversations like this, one-on-one conversations, talking to them, trying to figure out what their goals are, what their intentions are, who they are as people. What exactly I need to know the ins and outs of where they came from, why they're doing what they do, why they want to move forward, what is motivating them, like all of these things. So I have a questionnaire um, that they fill out, and then we have a conversation about it. So I'm not just like, let's go, because movement, as you can see in the pillar, is the third thing, not the first thing.
that's true.
It's the third, and it's the third for a reason. So it is about having conversations, getting to know them as a person, them getting to know me as a person and what my intentions are. They need to know that I have their best interests in mind, and that I am willing to work with them, to grow with them, to let them go eventually on their own. And then they can come back to me and be like, guess what I did? Or, this is what happened. Or I just climbed, the Moab rocks, and this client was like basically in a walker and just had major back surgery when I met her, and
Mm,
now she's climbing rocks at Moab, for goodness sake. So it's all about developing those relationships that are going to last for a lifetime. It's not a moment, it's about a lifetime. And I think that if we can do that in general as people, and as especially in the fitness industry, and know that we are approachable and we can help people with all the knowledge that we have, but yet they're going to help me. You don't know how many clients I have that help me in so many different aspects of being a better person, and being, and making little changes or tweaks. That's the relationship. That's what it's all about to me. And then you go into nutrition, because nutrition, if you don't have that, and a lot of people don't understand nutrition. They're like, I don't eat, or I hardly eat, or I eat way too much. It's like this up or really low
mm-hmm.
when it comes to their macros. And most of the time, there's no balance. There's no in between. It's either really this or really this when it comes to their caloric intake. And there's so many misconceptions about nutrition. And so in the process, that's where we help guide them. We help give them the proper tools that they need to be successful and be knowledgeable. We want them to know these things. We just don't want to tell them what to do. We want them to understand what they're doing and why they're doing it, and the reason behind everything, because that's what it's about. Again, lifestyle. I don't want to be with somebody for 8 weeks and then them just be like, well, I don't know what I just did, or I don't know what I was working. She was just telling me to work it, or any of those things, or she just gave me my macros, but I don't even know what a protein is. I mean, literally that's life, right? Because not everybody is where, in the profession that I am, and I'm not in the profession that they are. So it's about just working together. And I know that's probably the extensive version of explanation of what you're saying, but it's just so important to really get to know them as a human being, and where they are at and where we're going on this journey
that's it.
together.
And that's it. And these are questions that we have to ask ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. People think it's wrong with talking to yourself. There's nothing wrong with talking. In my opinion, nothing wrong with talking to yourself, because you're communicating with yourself. And not only that, you're teaching them how to communicate with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and get them to ask these questions: why I'm here for, what I'm doing here, where do I need help at? These are things we have to ask ourselves. And at the end of the day, it's being honest, and it's all about getting that breakthrough. Everybody should want to get that breakthrough. That's that first stage that we struggle with, is becoming real with self,
Yeah.
and worrying about what other individuals think, what they gonna say, how they gonna accept me, what they're, and then it's just really just breaking those cycles. And when we graduated from that stage of work, not worrying what other individuals think,
Yeah.
how much freedom we can have.
Yeah.
And everybody should want to be free. I know I want to be free. I know you want to be. Everybody should wants to be free
Yeah.
and create the life that you want to live. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
it's all about.
Yeah.
Write your own book. It's not wrong with looking up to other individuals, but also learning to look up to yourself and
Right.
say, you know what? Jen helped me along this path. She helped me find my path to find me, not to be a representation of her, using that
Right.
example, but being a representation of yourself. A lot of times people not careful. They'll want to live through you, but you teaching them how to live for themselves.
Right.
Like I'm only doing it because she told me to do it, but I want to look like because she looked like this. But okay, how do you want to
Right.
look? How do
Yeah.
you want to feel? You know, how do you want your life to be?
Yeah.
Because we always want to, going back with my earlier, pleasing other people. I want to please them. I want to look like them. Like your celebrities, your athletes. I want to look
Yeah.
like them. I want to play like them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what about you looking like you? What about you playing
Right.
like you? You
Yeah.
loving you, cherishing you. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm all for the whole, love yourself thing. And
Yeah. Yeah. So the backronym that I came up with is LUV concept. It's listen, understand, and validate not only yourself, but others. So it's listening to yourself and your body, understanding that if you have to do something different, and then validating that it is okay if you have to do something differently, whether that be for movement, whether that be changing things in your life, but embracing you as you, loving you for you, and understanding that you are not anyone else but yourself. And how are you going to be the best version of what you are putting forward each and every day? And so that's why I decided to come with that background, because it's like, how can we truly love ourselves every day? Well, we have to listen. We have to understand what is going on with our bodies or going on with our minds and working through all of that. And then validating, like, okay, if I have to do this different, if I have to go through a movement differently, if I have to change the way I've done things in the past because of health adversities or mental health situations, that I am learning and growing through this process. So I'm validating myself that, okay, let's do this. We got this. I have somebody to help me. I have these resources. I have these tools. I have people in place to work with me throughout this path. And then the other backronym is MODL, MODL, modifying our daily lives. And excuse me, if we know that we can modify our daily lives the way that we need to, and how we are doing that and we're embracing that, then those are steps forward in the right direction. And that's what we help with. That's what we ask. Those are questions that we do. A lot of people that we work with come from, health adversities or personal adversities or anything like that. And that's kind of my forte, because again, like I had said previously, I've had 13 major surgeries, and, I've been able to just work my way back up from literally being in bed or, losing my life and then coming back. For whatever reason, I am here and back in this life to make the best of it. And I'm not going to take one single day for granted, not one. And so anyway, yeah, that's just those backronyms really take effect in my life each and every day.
Man, that's what's up. Hey, before going any further, we're going to take a quick music break. And after our music break, we're going to jump right back into the Saturday morning edition. And the title of the episode is called Jenny from the Positive Side of this morning's episode. So I see people coming into the comment sessions. When I get back, I'm gonna give everyone a shout out as well. If you are continuing watching us while we're live streaming on Facebook Live, on my personal page, which is Furman Jackson Jr., on the Walking His Ways Facebook page, and also on YouTube. Remember, audience, this is about y'all as well, because without y'all, I wouldn't be here today. So I want to acknowledge the audience. If you have questions for Jennifer as well, put them in the comment section. She'll be glad to answer your questions. So we want y'all to be involved. It's not about us, but we want y'all to be involved because y'all are included too. Because I know some people have some questions. This is a whole. As a matter of fact, this is a new month anyway. This is the second month of 2024. So we need to be working on our goals. Probably some people may be setting new goals. But after this music break, we're going to jump right back into our conversation.
Coffee Sun Music. Do it. Shibidi bidi 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 bidi. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Sweet poison. When I walk to the valley of death, when I move to the deepest of sea, even if I get to the point of no way, there is somebody. When I call, you hear and answer me. He is closer to me. When you call, you hear and answer you. He is closer to you. Closer to me. Closer to you. Closer to me. Closer to you. When the storm clouds gathered around you, and the thunder start to roll, even if the whole world stand against you, there is somebody. When you call, you hear and answer you. He is closer to you. When you call, you hear and answer you. He is closer to you. Closer to me. He's closer to you. Closer to you. Closer to you. Closer to me. Closer to you. Closer to me. Closer to you. Nana nyame. Would you want to sarada? So kuni mu yedina. Boy Yesu dina inkwa umu. Ni boshaina ye ani. Okaye ho ti Yesu ro. Ni boshaina ye ani. Odi yechi ti Yesu ro. Closer to me. He's closer to me. Closer to you. He's closer to you. Closer to me. Closer to you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Back here in the Walking This Way's Impact Woods podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., along with my special guest, Jennifer, as well. We thank everybody for tuning in and watching us. I want to give a big shout out to Kerry K. Zagging, the return of manhood, as well. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to him, Cedar Dean Williams, Miles Cunningham, Mr. Lucario, 1950. Matter of fact, head on over to the Return of Manhood YouTube channel right now. Strive to Kerry K. Zagging channel. Great information. Matter of fact, they have a podcast this afternoon at 12 with him, Miles Cunningham, and Jay Roman. For the fellas, ladies can watch, can tune in, listen as well. They bring a lot of great life information. So I gotta give a big shout out to Kerry K. Zagging for very being supportive of my platform, and I got return of favor back to him, Cedar Dean, and many other great guys who are doing great work in the community, bringing forth and dealing with the mindset. So big shout out to Kerry K. Zagging and the Real Game No Theory podcast as well. Big shout out to Carl Robinson. Big shout out to him. He said, train your mind to wait. Let's talk about that. What you think of say we said train your mind to wait? Jen, what you want to say about that one? Train your mind to wait. I guess it's dealing with not being so impatient, but learning, I guess, timing. You want to say about that?
Yeah, I think that's kind of a good little quip. Train your mind to wait. So, in my thought process, that could mean a couple different things. It could mean that we are trying to rush things too fast.
Right, that makes sense.
We are like always wanting results right now instead of how the real process of the body works and the mind works, because our minds usually go a lot faster than, of course, what our bodies want to do, no matter what age we are. And especially now in this day and age, we want things now instead of working through the process to get where we need to be, and let it be okay to have that process be the process. So things don't happen overnight. So yes, definitely, if we are training our brains to be comfortable at, this is where we're at, this is where my body's at, this is where I want to be, and that just kind of goes along with goal setting, getting your mind set to run through the process and know that and understand that it's going to take time for that to happen, for those things that you want to do and that you're needing to do for your mind or for your body. Then yeah, that's kind of what comes to mind when that was a good little quip. I like that. But yeah, definitely you want to just make sure like you're not fast forwarding too fast, like you're taking the proper steps in order to be guided through what you need to do, and know that it's going to take time to get there.
Yeah, I like that too. I also want to give a big shout out to Toya Smith out of my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. She's watching this morning. Also, I got some questions for you too as well, Jim. My first question, big shout out to Braid World. Braid World is always a big supporter of the podcast. Always has questions for the guests on the panel. He said, what type of suggestions would you give someone who can't move? What type of suggestions would you give someone who can't move around much but wants to be fit?
So there, the pillars go into place there. So first, let's talk about mindset and have conversations with mindset. Then it's about nutrition at that point is going to be a huge integral part to your life. So having the proper nutrition that fits your body type, and there are certain body types, and it's really basic science, basic knowledge. But once you get it and you understand it, you're like, oh, that makes sense. But so it's just things, just more information, more knowledge. But I would say nutrition will play a key component in getting fit and helping your body change. And then when it comes to actual movement, and you're one that can't be moving too much, then I would say a lot of just functional movement is going to be key, because if we can work on functional movement, and that's just movement of maybe just body weight, getting your arms moving, your legs moving, just doing a little bit of light marching, like when you're in a chair and you're just moving your legs a little bit and you're doing certain amount of repetitions for each leg, each arm, you can just sit there and just move your shoulders. So it just depends on what other adversities that you have in your movement. But it's just basically just doing some small little functional movements. And then, of course, progressing, adding bands to that functional movement, adding a little bit of weight to that movement. So it's just kind of starting where you're at and then building upon that. And it's just building of where they're at physically, and then just working little by little on getting more and more movement in each and every day, and just building around that. And that's kind of the pillars go into place there, and those little components go into there. And I was actually really blessed. I developed some workout programs for a company. It's called On the Move, ONTHEMUV. And they have what's called a mini tread. And it is a little treadmill that you just put on the floor and you sit and you just move your feet, and it has an incline and it has where you can, go a little bit faster. So you literally sit and move. You don't stand on it or anything. And it's one of the best inventions that I have seen when it comes to people with adversities, like my mom, who's had a stroke and who has a really bad lack of mobility. And myself, after I had my total shoulder replacement a year ago, I couldn't do anything. So I was literally in my recliner and I was just moving my feet because I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't be around anybody for me, it was for a month. And so, it's just those sort of things, getting some tools, getting information, and just building on all of that. So I hope that answers your question. But
Yeah, because Bray got another question for you as well. The questions are coming in. I did. So he said, what's the best food regimen?
well, again, that's going to go into play with your body type. So really eating for your body type is really crucial. So when it comes to the best food regimen, that's individual based. So that's where it's not like a one fits all sort of deal. And that's kind of why I state I meet you where you are, because I'm not just going to be like, here, you have 1,800 macros with, 40% being protein. So it's really identifying what type of foods and what type of macronutrients, which are your proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, that are healthy, that would best fit your body type and that would best fit your game plan. And so it's really identifying what proteins that your body responds to appropriately, what whole carbs best fits your body type appropriately, and the healthy fats. And then just calculating in percentage how much protein your body would need to function and to be productive in growth. The same thing with carbs and the same thing with fats. So really it's something that would be an individual basis, best foods. But I would say really try to avoid alcohol as much as you can, sugars, and your processed foods, your refined sugars. Those are things that are going to, sodas, things like that, are really going to make a huge impact on your overall health and body. So if you reduce or deduct those things out of your regular routine in your life, you will be amazed at how much that will help your physical body change.
And awesome. Then the next question is from the audience. Is just walking okay, or is weight training better?
So that's going to go back again to the individual and where they are currently at. For me and my body type, weight training first is the best, and then hitting cardio is better for me. So if someone isn't having a lot of movement happen in their life, we're going to start them walking. We're going to start them moving. And then and of course, I'm going to incorporate some functional movement if that's kind of where they're at. And if it's all about those little steps and taking one more step today than yesterday. So I'm not going to go be like, you can barely walk, let's go hit the treadmill and we're going to hit 15% incline. So that's not what we're going to do. So really it's going to be taking the person where they're at and guiding them to where they can feel good about themselves and work their way through appropriately.
That's what's up. Then I got another question for you as well, Jen. What type of vitamins are good for everyday use to stay healthy?
That's really going to be dependent on bodies. I'm really sensitive to medications and just certain healthy vitamins. Like I am allergic to turmeric, believe it or not. So I can't do those. And I have I have an autoimmune disorder. So anti-inflammatories in that sense aren't good for me. So that's really going to depend. But overall, I would say your multivitamins, getting in probiotics and prebiotics are great for your gut health. Making sure that you're getting in some vitamin D, some calcium, magnesium. Magnesium is huge, especially for men or just muscle building in general. And people don't think about how iron and magnesium can really help and elevate not only testosterone, but other things in their body function when it comes to muscle. So those are just some basic vitamins. Hopefully that answers that question.
Okay. Also, got another question too as well. From the audience, it said, "What should we not eat to stay healthy and be able to lose weight and be fit?"
What should we not eat?
Yeah, it said, "What
That
should we
would
not
be
eat?"
fast food, processed food, sugars, your refined sugars, and sodium, and again alcohol. Because what alcohol does is it breaks down into sugar, but it also helps stop the process of any from your metabolism working for 48 to 72 hours. So it doesn't matter what you're doing in the gym or doing nutrition wise, it's really not going to help. So I would say try to avoid those things.
And also a question for you, Jen, in the comment section. Are weight loss surgeries okay if you overweight to help? To help.
You know, that, in my opinion, that is really going to depend on the individual again. And it really depends. It really depends on how their health is, what the overall goal is, what we can do together to work to get you to a place you want to be. So that's really going to depend on a lot of health factors, a lot of key factors. I would say get your movement in, get your nutrition going, help reduce as much as you can. And then kind of see where you're at that point and see what you're doing. But a lot of those who go in to look for weight loss surgery, that's kind of sometimes the cart before the horse, if that makes sense.
Right.
So we got to just help them through the process of the mind, the nutrition, and the movement.
Yeah, I know the weight loss surgery. Do some people look at that as being a shortcut to
Not
thinking?
necessarily.
They're not looking. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a shortcut, but I would say let's see what we can do. Let's see what has been detouring you from the movement or from the nutrition. It could be health, it could be all of these things. So it's really taking a look at the bigger picture and not just being like, absolutely not, you never should do that. But it's not saying that you should go do that straight away either. So it's really just going to depend on some key factors of what's going on with them in their health along with that. But I would say let's work through their mindset, their nutrition and movement, and then let's kind of see where we're going from there.
Yeah, because the real work would be just you have to keep it off, keep the weight, keep from gaining the weight back.
Right, but that's going to be here. That's why we start here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I get that. Was it? Is mega stress? Did I say that right?
Magnesium.
Yeah, it's
good
magnesium
for women to take every day. Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's necessary. Of course, you don't want to overdo anything. It's all about balance, and that's what I really try to talk to my clients about too, and my family, my boys. It's all about, it's not a diet when it comes to nutrition. It's all about balancing. It's a balancing for your life, balancing for your health, balancing everything that you do each and every day. You're not overdoing one thing and underdoing another. We want to keep a good maintenance and good balance in your life, so you feel like it's sustainable, so you feel like you're getting the most out of it that you can. And yeah, I would say just balance everything that you do in your daily life.
Man, that's what's up. I know we didn't have questions from the audience the last time you was on here, so I know this is
Love
something
it.
new. Yeah, so I thank everybody for coming in. Like coming in the comment section. Big shout out to Brave World for asking the questions.
Yeah.
Carl, oh yeah, when we asked the one Carl, when Carl asked the one said train your mind away, he did like your answer. Jen, he said perfect. So he
Oh,
like how
good.
you,
Well, thank you. It was a
and
great
it's
question
and that's what's up right
or
there. I
statement.
know, yeah, so yeah, that was an awesome statement. So I know we about to get ready to get off the air. So Jen, how can listeners support you and the work that you're doing?
Well, I made it pretty easy to find me. It's at makeeverymovementcount.com. So if you look up Make Every Movement Count, no matter whether you're on Instagram, on Facebook, or our website, that's where you can find Make Every Movement Count. And you can see my story through my health adversities on there too, and the reason why I've built this business the way I have. Also, you can find me at Jen Loves to Work Out. It's JENNLUVZ and the number 2 WRKOUT on Instagram. And I'm also on Facebook and on TikTok. So there's several different ways to find me. So just head on over. I would love to chat with you. I would love to have you guys see my story. So that's how you can find me.
Man, that's what's up. I guess it's another question. It's the last question. I know we're gonna get it up the air. Is sweet tea okay or lemonade?
Um, in the way I look at it, neither one. The best thing would be green tea. Switch your
I
tea
love green tea. I
concepts.
love
Yeah, green tea
green
is
tea.
excellent. It has so many benefits for the body and the mind, and so green tea is a great source. And try to stay away from again the sugars, and also any additive sugars too. That has a lot of components that actually will make you even more hungry. So the best thing is just to try to eliminate as much as possible. I'm not saying never eat it again. I'm just saying try to reduce and try to eliminate those little things that you can, and you'll see a huge difference in not only the mind but in your body.
Yeah, I love green tea. Let me ask you this here, Jim. When it comes to our water, so what's the best to drink? The alkaline water is the best for us to drink, or just water in general?
I think if we can just get water in general, I mean, we can go through all the alchemy and everything of how the body works, and additives to everything. But, and of course, it does have its benefits. But I would say that if we don't want to make things too complicated, then the best thing to do is just get some water in our bodies and try to eliminate all of those other juices and other things that you're putting in your body, the sodas and all of those things. And I think if we can just go back to basics and back to water and just get in the water that we will be okay.
That's what's up right there. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in once again on this great Saturday, of course. So we know everybody want everybody to have a great day. So Jim, before we get it off the air, do you have any final remarks, any words of advice, any signs of wisdom that you want to leave here with the audience as you watched us this morning?
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for all the wonderful questions, and thank you for having me on here. I would just leave a little bit of advice is to continue to love yourself for who you are, and know that asking for help and having someone guide you through the process of something that you are unfamiliar with is okay. and knowing that that is growth, and we should all be striving for that each and every day, as I do myself. And so, you know, if you have any question, there's no question that should be stupid or go unanswered. You should be asking questions. You should feel free to understand that it's okay to mentally and physically ask for help in any aspect of your life, because growth is growth, progression is progression, and that's what we are placed on this earth to do, is to go one with ourselves and then walk hand in hand with others moving forward. And so that's what I want to guide people through, and know that I will take your hand and I will walk you through this process, because that is my true passion. And that's what I want others to understand, is we need to change our lives for the best each and every day. And if we could all do that and grab hand in hand and guide each other through this crazy world, then let's do it, and let's do it together.
Hey, I love that. I love that. It's very beautiful. I love that, Jen. I really do.
Thank you.
Man, so y'all have a great day. Enjoy your day. Remember, love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself, and be married to yourself, in a relationship with yourself. Everything starts with you. Man, have a great Saturday. Enjoy your day. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow gonna take care of itself. Just live for the day. We got this thing. Peace, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Just living the best of my life. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, what you know about that? Believe I receive. I ain't talking about the contact. Fall back. No, you know what? Let it in. Jesus says, and Gabe brought his own testament. Testify. I ain't never been a pedophile. Recognize my baby girl is my prize. No games. Word is bond. And I've been working so hard. I just thank, oh Lord, that we made it thus far. And I got my prayers up that the troops come home. I can feel your energy even through these broken walls. And I got my prayers up that the troops come home. I can feel your energy even through these broken walls. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. You gotta sacrifice, been working my whole life. But when I look back, he's been there my whole life. Love working on the inside, so. And for that news, looking and feeling brand new. Got a crew for the dollar sign. What's more loyal is they don't need to see a dollar sign to be there for you. Respect the wishes. And I got bills too, so respect is given. We about to take flight, secure precision. Anything you put your heart into, you can do. Had to run the numbers up when I showed the proofs. Just living the best of my life. Just living the best of my life. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Man, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah. Just living the best of my life. Just living the best of my life, yeah.